Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, I'm wearing a shirt with a Korean woman's face on the front. I have to get different clothes, I know. Um, I saw a picture, and it was a woman. She wasn't wearing clothes, and she had the Ukrainian flag painted over her chest, and she was holding up a sign. I don't know what it said, but anyway, um, it was a feminist protesting the Ukraine war in France. I guess they're having some kind of summit. The details don't matter. Anyway, normally when you have a sentence saying, woman naked holding up a flag, maybe you're watching a porn with a plot, but when it's a real life protest, it's never exciting because feminists are usually, unless it's a Korean feminist, but feminists are usually, ugly, fat, out of shape, unattractive. We just gotta be honest. They usually have the short hairstyle, pink, purple, blue, mix and match two colors that don't belong in nature, but they're on this person's head. They usually don't shave. Basically, a feminist is the opposite of what um, the word, feminine imbibes. Usually, when a woman is feminine, that's a good thing. But a feminist is the opposite of that. Anyway, feminists are usually on a scale of 1 to 10, a 3. Yet they are the first ones to take their clothes off when there's a protest. That's horrible. I wish, I don't know, like girls that work at Hooters would protest. Like, if the average feminist looked like a Hooters waitress, hell, I'd be a feminist. Okay, not really. I'd be a backer, meaning I'd stand behind them and back them up. Um, it's I don't know. I wish um, a person's looks didn't determine their political standings, but it is almost 100% guaranteed that if you're a feminist and you're taking your clothes off in a protest, you're ugly. It's like I looked at the pictures. Well, obviously, if you look at one of the pictures from a reputable news source, you're gonna get, I guess, the best looking one. Like one that has a BMI under 20. But Jesus Christ, you know. I don't know. I don't know what happens to a person. Now I know I'm harping on this one particular protest here, and they happen to be feminists, but you can look back at other protests and other whatever marches, whatever you want to use. Like I've seen like PETA, like a bunch of PETA chicks. I can't believe PETA chicks sounds like the Spice Girls spin-off group. It's like when Sporty Spice wanted to do a solo project, she formed a new group called the PETA Chicks. 'Cause, she's really into animals. But even when I've seen PETA protests, and for some reason they gotta get naked, I don't know what that does. But anyway, I've seen like female feminist PETA protesters, and you're like, dude, put your clothes back on. We get it. You like animals. I can tell you like animals because it looks like you have a beaver in a headlock right now. Please, put put some clothes on. Like, why are the ugly people taking their clothes off and protesting? If you want your protest to really like hit home with people, hire like a porn star, hire any. I mean, I don't know. I was gonna say like Jenna Jameson. I mean, granted, she hasn't done. She's been retired for you know 20 years, but I'm sure she's still hotter than anyone else out there right now. You know, I just don't get it. And then like, what happens in the or at the feminist meeting when they're sitting at the vagina table going, okay, listen, we got to protest, insert bullshit cause here, and then they have a list of ideas of how to protest, and they're brainstorming. Why just take your clothes off, even make it on the piece of paper? Like, what? I mean, the person who comes up with this idea obviously has a different agenda. I mean, and that agenda is obviously evil, and it's just to hurt people. The person who's telling these feminists to to protest and take your clothes off just wants to see the world burn. That's all. I mean, you're telling me these women protesting the war couldn't just hold up like a Ukrainian flag instead of like hurting society in general by disrobing? You know, listen, people. Maybe you think you're hot, but you're not. If you're the type of person who thinks that they're smoking hot, like you actually really think that deep down in your heart of hearts, you're probably not. Um, and I'm not a protester. For those of you who listen to the show, I'm 100% against protesting. If you want to protest, you, excuse me, I've been singing a lot lately, so my voice is a little bit messed up. I apologize. Anyway, uh, I don't know, like when you protest. Now, now everyone knows I'm against protesting, but if you want to protest, protest with your wallet. In the end, um, like you can. Okay, great example. In the UK, there was a man who wanted to race against women's cyclists. There was this man. Right now it's 2022. Like the last time he raced, he was a man, right? And he got like first place. He was like the 2018. I'm not a cyclist, but he was like a cyclist champion in 2018. So now it's 2022. He identifies as a woman now, and he wanted to race in this in this women's bike race. But it had like it was like a real bike race. It had like Olympians and like famous female bike riders. Once again, I know nothing about the sport, so I'm not gonna even drop names. So like what all the women did? They said we're not gonna race if he races with us. They didn't like walk around and take the tops off. They said we're just not gonna show up, which means the event would lose money. They basically protested with their wallet. They didn't make a big stink about it. They're just like, he shows, we're not gonna show. Simple. It was simple. Like the organization that's in charge of the bike riding competitions was like, okay, this person's out. He will not be allowed to race against you. I mean, I don't know. It was that simple. Now, protesting a war, okay, I know protesting a war is different. It's not like, you go, Russia, we're not going to buy yogurt from you anymore. So, I think in the end, I think these ugly chicks just want to take their clothes off. Because think about it, you're in France. Okay, you're a French citizen protesting the Ukraine Russian war. I don't know what France can do. I don't know what any French citizen can do to stop Vladimir, good old Vlad, from invading Ukraine. I have no idea what a French naked citizen on the streets, I don't know what she can do. I don't understand. Now, if somehow, um, let's say, for example, like Russian citizens were like, and I know this is impossible, but let's just say it happens. They're like, we're not gonna put any of our money into the economy until you stop the invasion. And like I know this is probably impossible, but let's just say we're just gonna use Amazon and buy everything from there. And so so like all the money we spend goes to America, something like that. I mean, I don't know how that really works, but basically, if they somehow find a way to send all their money to a different country to still get their goods, then that's one way. Be like, because it would like collapse the economy. Now, granted, that would never happen, but just saying, that's the only way, a protest would work in stopping a war, or like if everyone's like, we just won't vote for you next election, like you don't have to protest, just go, we're not going to vote for you next election. Now, granted, it's Russia, so you don't have voting rights, you know. Over in Russia, uh, when people run against Vladimir, uh, I don't even think their name gets on the ballot. So even though they do vote, you don't really have a choice. So yeah, it's kind of pointless. But you get what I'm saying, okay? I think you get what I'm saying. And if you don't get what I'm saying, I don't care. Uh, no, but I really think that these women just want to take their clothes off. So, well, first of all, it is in France, right? But if they want some advice, I will give them some advice. Um, Amara Romani, hire her anytime you want to do any more of these feminist naked protests. Okay, she is a porn star, of course. Why else would I name her? I suggest using her when she's not making stepbro I'm stuck porn. She has a lot of free time. As far as I know, she doesn't have a Twitch. A lot of these porn stars have are Twitch streamers now. I don't know if you guys know that, but I'm not gonna name anyone in particular because for some reason I'm having a hard time pronouncing names. But there's a lot of okay, like Sasha Grey is one of them. Sasha Grey is a Twitch streamer. Now Sasha Grey is a retired porn star, but she's done so much work. Hey, but she's just one example. But yeah, like there's just so many. But anyway, Amar Romani, like, I want you to, like, if you're a protester, if you're a feminist, I want you to look her up. Her contact if information's out there. She has official accounts. I'm talking Instagram, Twitter. You can contact her when she's not busy getting stuck halfway under her bed and needing help from her stepbro. She can protest with you. Okay? When she's not busy doing laundry and somehow accidentally getting stuck in the dryer when she's pulling the clothes out and needing help from her step bro, when she's not busy doing that, she can help you. Okay? When Amara Romani isn't busy being stuck halfway in between the couch because she dropped the remote control and she's stuck between the couch and the wall. When she's not busy being helped by her step pro to get unstuck in the situation, she can totally help you protest. I'm seriously like she has plenty of time. I mean, like when she's not busy being woken up by her step pro with an eggplant, she can help you protest. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Like when she's not busy accidentally walking in on her step bro as he's taking a shower, she can help you protest. Okay? Now, I know she sounds like a klutz and rude because she's always getting stuck and just walking in on people while they're taking a shower. But when she's not busy doing all those things, she can help you protest. And the difference between her and you, feminists, is that she looks good naked. And so you can put a Ukrainian flag on her chest and people will actually like look at it and go, "Oh, okay. Now I know what this is about." But when you look like the way listen, the only way I can describe what some of these women look like is what's the last horrible car accident you saw? Okay, it's worse than that. Imagine like imagine like a horrible, because you know sometimes they're great. Imagine a horrible like car accident with where like cars are mangled, like it's on fire, there's smoke everywhere. Okay, so imagine that, but then throw in like 45 pounds of fat. Okay, 60 pounds of fat and a horrible attitude and pink and green hair. Okay, okay, and I know it's horrible. Okay, so erase that off your chalkboard and now just put it like a hot chick. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna want to use the hot chick. Step bro, I'm stuck. I'm just trying to protest the Ukrainian war. Um. Anyway, but still, even though I'm giving suggestions on how to protest, by using this good-looking porn star, I still suggest just using your wallet. And there's some things that you can't protest. So even though I'm assuming most normal people don't like war, because the only people who benefit from war are the people who declare war. We get that, okay? But the only way you can really protest it is to vote, right? I mean, they're going to do what they want to do anyway. So remember, the government's all about control and it's all about making certain people in power more money and, getting them more power. So you got to be careful who you vote for. And also, don't vote for someone because they're not the other person. You really have to vote for someone because, yeah, and I know politicians lie, but you have to vote for someone based on how the economy is, how like your local politics are. You gotta vote like how is your life going right now? If your life is going pretty good and the person in power has been there during that time, vote for that person again. If your life is going pretty crappy, meaning the economy and just like basic living situations, if it's going downhill, vote for a different person. Don't use emotions, use logic. How is your life right now? Is it better or worse? Vote that way. Anyway, I think I've said enough. You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Peace.